Hello, friends, coming to you. What is today? Tuesday, April 1st. It's April Fool's Day. I hope you're having fun this April Fool's Day. I used to love to play little tricks on my daughter when she was a kid. I'd put food coloring in her water and tell her that it was Kool-Aid and watch her face when she drank some. Or I'd sneak into her room when she was asleep and I'd pull out all of her drawers and switch their positions. So when she was getting dressed, she didn't know where anything was. Really pretty funny. Maybe I'll do something tonight. Hoping you're having a very gentle and fun time with April Fools. I actually posted an April Fool's trick on my Facebook page. So, all right. So let's see what we've got today. I'm here. I just pulled out three of my card decks. I've got, I don't know, a lot of card decks. I pulled out Angel Therapy. Gosh, the type is almost all worn off of that, as well as Archangels and Crystal Angels. All Doreen Virtue. Yes, I know about Doreen Virtue. Love her work. Anyway, let's see what we got here. I'm going to use my pendulum to select a deck. What do we need to know today, Jasper? This is a green Jasper pendulum. What do we need to know today, Jasper? Do we need to use that? What do we need to know today? Archangels. Ooh, let me see if there's anything from Crystal Angels as well. Nope, just one deck today, which is great. The Archangels. I love the Archangels. Sometimes when I'm trying to go to sleep, I will run through all of the Archangels' names in my mind in alphabetical order because I'm weird. I'm really weird. It helps me relax and fall asleep. I'm so weird. Oh, okay. So shuffling the deck, what do the Archangels want us to know today? We've got a big rally coming up Saturday. I don't remember what it's called. Hands off rally, something like that. And it's organized in part by 5051, which is an organization to do rallies and protests in 50 states, 50 capitals, all in one day, all at the same time. Kind of an effective thing. But along those lines, what do we need to know? Last Saturday was March for Democracy. And here in Kansas City, and I know in some other places as well, there was also a Take Down Tesla protest scheduled across the country. Huge turnouts. Here in Kansas City, there were those two events, and they both had huge turnouts. I can't even begin to tell you how many people were at the downtown Kansas City rally. It was mind blowing how many people there were there. Very, very peaceful, I might add. Super peaceful. And everyone just fired up and ready to go, ready to talk about democracy. All right, so let's see what we got here with the archangels. There's about 15 archangels, and they help us with all kind of different things. If you're on, well, of course, you're on the YouTube channel right now. So I've got a video on our channel about 52 weeks of angel connection, and where I talk to and about bunch of different archangels, ascended masters, all kinds of beings. And of course, archangels are a big part of that. Also, my book, Real Life Angel Encounters, which is coming out July 1st, everywhere you find books, are Real Life Angel Encounters. I have a whole chapter about archangels and ascended masters, as well as guardian angels. Anyway, let's see what they've got to say to us for today. First of all, life review. Archangel Jeremiah. Archangel Jeremiah is the one who helps us with the life review at the end of our life. He says here, take inventory of your life and resolve to change or heal anything that is unbalanced. Okay. I don't know if y'all have heard this or not, but astrologically speaking, we're moving into the age of Aquarius, becoming out of the age of Pisces, moving into the age of Aquarius. The age of Aquarius is a brand new age and hallmarked by more creativity, more people power, just a whole new era. But also, astrologically speaking, we're in the same type of astrological configurations that we were in 1776 in the time of the American Revolution. So these are revolutionary times, y'all. And it might be a good time for us to review where we've been. We've had some parts of our history that are not so great. I'm thinking of Jim Crow and slavery and, the fight for civil rights and segregation and, times when women couldn't vote and, that's that kind of thing. We've done some great things too, don't get me wrong. I mean, I'm thinking peanuts. Those are really cool. And space travel. Yeah, more of that, please. That's really cool. But it's time to review. Who have we been? What have we been doing? What has worked well for us? What has not worked well for us? Especially as we are talking about how we want to see the country. Do we want to see everyone fed, educated, and clothed? Or do we want to see people excluded and shut out and impoverished and sick? We get to choose. So, life review, country review, right? Next, we've got, I love this leadership, Archangel Gabrielle. Look at her with her trumpet. This says, Archangel Gabriel, it is time for you to assume your leadership power and position, loving and lovingly guide others. Each one step up. I was interviewed for the news, KMBC 9 here in Kansas City last Saturday about the turnout. I was interviewed for 10 minutes. About 10 seconds of it showed up on the news about the crowd size, which was great. That was fine because I talked about how big the crowd was, and it was. But part of what I said made it to the cutting room floor or the digital waste bag, basket. And part of what I said is it's great to come together like this. It's great to turn up and show up and turn out for democracy in a protest or a rally. Great. Nothing wrong with that. And it does send a message, but we got to do even more. So mobilizing, getting your friends involved, taking leadership position in your community, making sure you're going around, checking in with your neighbors, making sure everybody knows each other's names, maybe organize some sort of happy hour or something on your porch, where you get to know all your neighbors and talk to everybody that you know about turning up, showing up, turning out for democracy, taking that leadership role. We can do more. We all need to do more. We can call as well, even if your representatives don't want to hear from you, or they don't listen to you, or they don't show up for town halls, for crying out loud, right? We can still call them and ask for them to do that and to listen to us and tell them what we want and what our grievances are. In fact, do that. Okay. Leadership. And then we've got outdoor. Okay. This is hilarious. Outdoors. Yes. Outdoors. Archangel Jophiel. Jophiel is the one who oversees beauty and slowing down to enjoy that beauty and, clutter and things like that. Just beauty, beautiful things. She says, go outside, get some fresh air and connect with nature to relieve stress and gain new creative ideas. Even if going to a protest is not your thing, get outside and enjoy just the vibrancy of what is going on, right? And if it is your thing to bring a bottle of water and good walking shoes and sunscreen and a sign that says, we like democracy, or something like that, hands off our democracy, right? Getting outside with people who share your vision is very, very healing. And yeah, and if that's not your thing, I get it. Some people don't do crowds, but being outside in that energy, I think, is very, very healing. Anyway, that's it for today. Review where we've been, where we want to go, show that leadership, step up and get organized, and then get out your door, right? And a lot of places have elections. Well, there's today. It's a little too late for that, but elections today and next week. Kansas City has next week. So maybe you go knock on some doors and drop off some literature and talk to people about, voting for things. It's another great way to get outdoors, right? Hope you enjoyed this. Please leave a message in the comments. I do read everything, and I do shut down trolls immediately. So I hope to hear from you, and love you. And We'll talk again soon. Okay, bye.